And I thought I fixed myself in the accountability mirror when my mom put the letter down on the bed.
Yeah.
Nah. So now, at this point, I actually drive back to Buffalo, New York to see my dad. Haven't seen him in years.
I've not heard this part.
And no one knows about this. I didn't even put this in the book even. So before I start this journey to be Navy SEAL, I go back to see my dad because I realize now I gotta fix some shit. I'm blaming everything. I gotta go back. You know how a lot of times you're like, if you're a runner, your right knee may hurt, but it's not your right knee that hurts, it's really your left hip.
Yes.
But we're concentrating on the right knee. I'm concentrating on all my shit. But I need to go back to the root of the problem, which is my dad. I gotta face the demon. I gotta go back and see what made him so fucked up to make me so fucked up. Why am I fucked up? So I go back and I go back in as an older man now. I'm in my 20s. I'm not a kid anymore, and I want to see this man and face him as a grown man, but still as a kid in my head. I was still a kid, but I was a grown man as my age. I went back and I realized he was the same man that he was.
Still the same.
Still the same. And I talked to him. He was still nuts, and but I had to go back and face that one more time, but to face it in a different way.
How'd you do it different?
I looked at him in a way, we never said sorry to one another, and he went off about my mom and my grandparents and all kind of shit, but I looked at him in a way that I realized now why you fucked us up. I had to almost be him to realize it's okay, brother. It's okay, because I realized that somewhere in your fucking life, something fucked you up and you didn't deal with it. And so you put that shit on me, my mom, and everybody around you. I'm gonna deal with my shit. So even though you gave me all this shit, you gave me a satchel of shit that I didn't deserve, and now I'm all fucked up and people think I'm a fucking liar and I'm all fucked up. You gave me this. You created this fucking nightmare of Goggins. I'm gonna fix it though. So now I get it, I look at it, this is what I'm saying in my head.
That's my favorite thing you've ever said right now. And I love all of it, but that's my favorite thing. I've never heard that.
I'm gonna fix it now. So I must take it. I take all this shit, it's mine. I'm gonna fix all this shit. But I know to fix shit, people wanna find peace immediately. And this is where people don't like me. I don't believe that shit. You ain't gonna find it through fucking yoga and all this other bullshit. I stretch out a lot and I believe in yoga, all this is great, but you ain't gonna find it in some fucking room. You're gonna find peace from going to war with yourself, because we all got shit. We all got shit. People look at me, the reason why my story resonates with people, because I don't hide. I'll tell you exactly who the fuck I am. I will admit to it. People are great at hiding. So they want to just find peace. No, you gotta take your shit, fix whatever's fucked up in you, don't just shove it under the rug, fix it, and then you'll find some peace later after you fix some shit. So now I'm realizing this. I go home, several months go by, and now I'm like, okay, here we go. It's time to be a Navy SEAL. I start calling these fucking recruiters, man. And when you're 297 pounds and you have prior service, man, recruiters laugh at your ass, dude.
Right, and you're not 22 years old.
I'm 24.
Either. Right.
And so I'm fat, I'm out of shape, and I know this. And so I finally, after 2 weeks of calling recruiters, I found this guy named Steven Saljo. And Steven Saljo says, come on in the office. I walk in the office, he looks at me, and he's the first recruiter that said, you know what? Damn, you're a big fucking dude, man. You want to be a SEAL? I said, yeah, but he didn't give me the look of like, you can't do it. He gave me the look of, let's go weigh you. He weighed me, 297. He went through his little chart, started writing all this shit down, and he said, you got a lofty task ahead of you. I go, why? He goes, well, this program that I was trying to get into, cause I was in the reserves. And I was gonna go from the reserve program to an active duty SEAL. So this program was shutting down. And I was gonna be in the last class, like 1 or 2 classes left before it shut down. So I had about 3 months to get the weight standard. 100
pounds in 3 months.
106 pounds. So the standard for a 6'1" person back then, 6'1", I forget what it was 191.
Okay.
And I was 297. So I pretty much said, fuck this pretty much can't work for me, man. This is impossible. So I go back to work spraying for cockroaches and I hit the mother load. Like I hit the mother load of cockroaches, rodents and everything. And I go out to the dumpster and these animals. I was like, fuck. I'm done. So I quit my job. Right then, actually the boss had to come to my. I quit. The boss had to come looking for me to get the truck back. I left work, so he had to come to my house. I didn't even go to work again. So all these restaurants, I had the keys to them all, the fucking alarm codes. All the keys were in the fucking truck. Like, he had to come by and knock on my door and say, but he brought some friends with him. I was 297 pounds. Like,
right, it's a big dude.
I need some
military
fucking backup.
Dude, right.
I'm like, here, dude, I'm out. And so I had now started my journey. And so now I'm like, I'm losing the fucking weight. But my first run was 4 miles.
That's what you had to run that day on your plan.
That was my plan. As I'm driving the truck back home from quitting my job, I drive home, I get my shoes on, and I run a quarter mile. Come home crying.
You stopped after a quarter mile?
Yeah, walk back home because I was exhausted. Cause I used to, I haven't run in like years.
You're sucking down steak
I remember,
shacks.
I remember back when I was 175.
Yeah.
Running was easy. I was one of the fastest runners in class. So now it's just hard, man. I'm fat. I'm out of shape, and I was just defeated because now I was 175. I was in good shape, and I got myself into a bigger hole now.
Yeah.
And now I gotta lose this weight, and I gotta take the ASVAB again to get in the Navy. So I gotta take that, so I took that fucker 2 more times. Because the first time I passed it, but I had to get a 50 on mechanical comprehension, so there's like 10 different sections. Had to get a 50, I got a 44. You can only get a waiver for 5 points. So I had to take it again, and guess what happened? It's in the book really well. It's exactly what happened. I take the ASVAB test, and I took it, and now they have computers. Back when I took it the first time, it's like all like Scantron shit. Yeah. So now I see a computer, so now I'm freaking out. Oh my God, it's on the computer. So I take it, and the sergeant in charge of the ASVAB test isn't supposed to tell you what you got. Okay. So I take it for my second time and my last time. They're not gonna let me take it again. So I'm now down to 215 pounds. I'm losing the weight, but now I take the ASVAB test for the second time to get in the Navy. As I leave, I get out to my car, and I'm like, this is my life, man. I gotta find out what I got in this fucking test. Because usually it takes 2 days to get the results back. But they get them immediately. Once you hit send, that guy gets it right there. So I'm like, fuck that, man. I go back in. I go, hey, man, can you please? He goes, man, this is fucking military protocol. I'm not breaking it for you. I'm like, people are still taking the fucking test. I'm like crying. I'm like, man, you don't understand what I've been through, man. I'm like, this is my life. Please, I'm begging this guy, please let me know what I got. So he scrolls through, he sees David Goggins, he goes, you got 65. I go, great. I don't care about that.
Mechanical.
That was my overall score. I go, what did I get on mechanical? He goes, you're asking a lot from me, man. I go, please, man, like I have to get a 50 on mechanical. He scrolls over, I got exactly a 50. Have you seen The Pursuit of Happiness?
Yeah.
How that motherfucker, when he runs up the stairs and gets a job, and like your hair stands up the back of your neck because he worked so hard to get this shit. When I left that ASVAB and it's nighttime, I'm getting in my car, it felt like that.
Did it?
Something came over, it felt like I truly accomplished, you know, I passed it before, but now I know I'm all in.
That's good for me to hear, for people to hear, because I have a hard time picturing you celebrating anything. And so that's good to hear that something that, of all the things you've accomplished, you celebrated that.
You know what's funny? I haven't celebrated since then. Because I needed that to start the war.
Wow.
Without that, the celebration was I can start the war now. It wasn't that I won the war. I can start my war. Wow. That's what made me, that's why I haven't celebrated since. I'm always in that battle.
Yeah.
I have peace, but I'm in this battle every fucking day. Yeah. So I got to 50, I can start war now. I'm down to 215, I have about another month to go, or whatever it is to fucking lose the weight. I dropped the weight, I'm in SEAL training now. The war now can begin. Wow. And it does.
You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I hear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels like things get in your way. Push through those walls and the others will fall. Sit up, stand tall, you can get through it all. I need some energy, anxiety's no friend to me. I have a short memory, I don't really remember things. That's how I move on, that's how I stay strong. A new day's on, I'll keep moving right along. And I feel like the pain in the past, it needs to stay in the past. You gotta take off the cast. I wanna feel like I'm a new person. I wanna have clear vision and purpose. And I feel like the pain shouldn't last. If you can move on and past the things that make you feel bad, and you can change in your brain, I'm certain. I've done it before and man, I'm not perfect. I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving, you can't stop what's moving. I'm changing